breakup, but officials said it was clean.
They're up the middle. He's brought down. 62 yards. Back to pass. Arrows throwing it over the middle. It's caught. Bates at the 45. He's got it.
Bernard, one more time.
O'Brien to the 45. He's got him at the 4. Snap. Pressure coming. Bernie launches it downfield. Got him in. Cut. Snap. 45-50. Oh my. Cuts it outside. 40. Pressure. Lacey brings him down with a sack. Goal. Touchdown.
You're wondering what a stiff arm is.
Throws it downfield. He's got a man. Caught at the 50. Just gets absolutely ripped down. Nothing doing. Lacey wraps him up. See Dr. Denbo, proud Arrow alum, and what a run, right? Touchdown, Arrows! Arrows! Corner wide open! Touchdown! What a call!
You'll notice the eye.
A nice 8-yard gain on second, and they hear on
Arrows! He's ripped down. Ball's loose. Sauter's got it.
almost as if I saw it ahead of
Down! 30 yards!
Dakota. Third one, QB drop the
Keeper,
middle.
Birdie! This could be no man caught at the 1. Diving towards the end zone is O'Brien. It's intercepted and got it at the 10.
So much fun.
Bernie's gonna launch it downfield. He's got O'Brien. Bernie back to pass, looking downfield for old Bob. Killian O'Brien caught at the 10. Wide, Bernie launching it deep. He's got O'Brien caught at the 8. Touchdown! The throw-up ball, and it's intercepted. 35. Intercepted. Arrows have it. Live from Community Stadium, it's the Arrows and the Knights of West Holmes. Welcome into the Countdown to Kickoff pregame show, courtesy of Simonson Construction. The Arrows and the Knights, Week 8, and it is a beautiful night, and it finally feels like football weather here in North Central Ohio. Thanks for joining us on the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network and over on iHeartRadio, Fox Sports 1340. Brandon Wells, Tony Van Dyne up here in the Priest Dental broadcast booth alongside Chris Mowry down on the field, courtesy of Bo Lacey Construction. And Tony, I'll tell you, the Arrows 7-0, Knights 5-2. This one has some OCC implications.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to answer the question that people have been asking all over town. Is Ashland going to be tested at all this season? And the answer is tonight's the first opportunity. West Holmes coming in on top of the OCC last week, coming in at the #1 spot, took on Lexington. A tough loss, but an opportunity here with knocking off Ashland, an opportunity to send Ashland into Lexington on Week 10 to still be a three-way tie for OCC champ. So the Knights looking to do what they can do for an OCC championship, and that starts tonight at 7.
Well, last week, guys, boy, the Arrows dominant from start to finish at Mansfield Senior, and there was no doubt from the kickoff to the end that the Arrows were going to win that one.
Yeah, Ashland jumped out quick on their way to a 41-6 halftime lead, and it was just domination from the get-go. Mansfield Senior couldn't find anything to slow them down. One big play was really all that defense gave up, and then coming out in the third quarter, a bunch of JV guys, both on the offensive and defensive side, got an opportunity to play. Really impressed by Trent Summers, who's going to get an opportunity to play a lot more tonight against West Holmes. Just really dominated the field as a senior outside linebacker, came in, played some defensive end, and got to the point where Antonio Fletcher was actually flipping his left tackle and his right tackle on the offensive side just to try to stop Trent. So obviously the coaching staff said, hey, here's a young man who's working hard, who's getting after the quarterback, 2 tackles for a loss, a sack as well last week. So an opportunity for a young man to show what he can do on the field on Friday night, and he gets to play a little bit more here
Chris,
tonight.
As we take a look at last week's box score, boy, the Arrows just were dominant from start to finish. Chris Mowry.
Yeah, they were dominant, guys. One thing, Tony, I'm going to take exception to one thing you said in the beginning. I'm going to say, yeah, they are tested tonight. There's no question. But I'm going to back up to Week 1 and say, hey, Bay tested us. That's a good football team, and we had our way with them, and we left no doubt about that. But I 100% agree with you. Weeks 2 through 7, the Arrows have won by 30, 35, running clocks here and there. Most of the quarters are scoreless quarters that this defense is posting. We would have had 3 scoreless quarters against Senior High, to your point, last week, had we not had JVs in the second half. I guess scoring 13 points against the JVs on a Friday night, it makes you celebrate like we saw last week at the 30-yard line with no time on the clock left. That was an interesting look, I'll say.
Well, thanks, Chris. Bernie was great. They only threw the ball 11 times. Grayson was really strong on the ground, and Dakota Crudy had a heck of a game.
Yeah, when you go 7 for 11 in the first half for 200 yards, and that was even with Coach Valentine, I thought, really pulling back in that second quarter because Grayson had such big holes. The offensive line did a great job, opened up the running game. Grayson goes for 7 rushes and 88 yards, adds another 2 touchdowns. Dakota Crudy had a couple more catches, 81 yards, leading the receiver corps on those 7 catches and a touchdown. We didn't throw it all in the second half, so no second half stats to talk about from the quarterback position. Gunnar Lacey added 4 more tackles, adds to his record for the career 10 tackles for a loss as a freshman, as a sophomore, as a junior, and as a senior. Buda Martin right behind him right now with 9 tackles for a loss. The defense just continues to get after him, and Ashland just kind of cruises last week to a 48-19 win over Mansfield Senior.
Chris, Arrows have just been so good at winning the turnover battle on both sides.
You mean 17-2 and turnovers plus 15's good, guys? I mean, come on. They say on Saturday and Sunday football, it's who wins the turnover battle is going to win the football game. Well, these guys do that every Friday night, it seems like. Last week, no exception. And that's one of my keys to the game. I'm going to give one away. I never do this, but I'm going to do it tonight. And that is the thing for the Knights. If they turn the football over, you can forget it. And this is an opportunistic defense. Hey, 2 things from Dougie Nuggs I want to leave you with. 9,000 career offensive yards for Nathan Bernhardt, AHS record. And 4 out of 7 games. I found this one really interesting, courtesy of Doug Haydett. 1 touchdown and 1 pick in the same game for Killian O'Brien in 4 out of 7 contests. How about that? If you had that on your bingo card, go ahead and shout it.
Well, it's the Arrows and the Knights here on iHeartRadio and the Arrows Broadcasting Network. We'll be back with our Wickham and Hess pregame guest. You won't want to miss him right after this.
Ashland isn't just where we work. It's our home. From glorious country to Main Street parades, we're proud to be part of what makes this town special. At Bill Harris Dealerships, being a key member of the community is one of our core values. But it's more than that. It's a responsibility. Because without Ashland, without you, we wouldn't be here. So stay golden, Ashland. Bill Harris Dealerships, the name you know and